Hey guys, time for a little crochet and chat. I am currently working on my BTS project for the month of July. I am it's actually what's today? June 30th. So it's the very last day of the first half of the year. Can you believe it? And so I'm going to do a little crochet and chat to start this week's crafty vlog. But I will give you, I'll let you guys see. It's going to be an elephant. I bought these patterns from Fiona dolls. Let me show you the patterns. On Etsy, pay for a pattern. And she had a sale, and I like her patterns. I'd already had several. She's one of the artists, the designers that I saw her patterns being sold in a bundle for over on Facebook, some Facebook ads. You know how they steal people's stuff. Now, hers were some of the ones that I had seen, and I kind of sent her a message to alert her. But anyway, she had a sale on her patterns. So, of course, I had to grab some and treat myself to a few of them. And so I'm going to show you guys the elephant. So these are bundles. And in this bundle, there's a hippo, which I can't wait to make. There's a giraffe and also an elephant. I decided to start with the elephant. Let me see, do they have a picture of the Ellie and the elephant by herself? Oh, goodness. Oh, the hippo is cute. I should have started with that, but the hippo is coming. Okay, so in the pattern, that's the elephant that I'm working on. The little ring thing, the little thing is a separate part of the pattern. So in this pattern, you get, you get the elephant, you see the hippo, and then you get the giraffe. And actually, I think that for the little ringy thing, it's two different ones, right? So the hippo has on the duck version, and the elephant has on the flamingo version. So that's really cool. That pattern bundle is normally $11.99, and it's actually still on sale right now for $5.35. There they all three are together. So I'm working on the elephant. I'll do the hippo next, I think. Anyway, guys, and I also bought a couple things. Wow. Yeah, I can't wait. And I bought this bundle as well with the pig, the donkey, pig, dog, and donkey. Oh. Pig, dog, and donkey. So I look forward to that. And I bought a couple more. They were all on sale. They still are on sale, so I'll link it down below. I don't know. I mean, today is June 30th. Could be that it goes away the end of June, but right now they are still on sale. Anyway, I'm at a point in the elephant. Yeah, 16mm safety eyes in blue. And I left this because I'm probably going to end up tacking this down some kind of way, although good luck is supposed to be up. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this is the same yarn I used for the monkey, the last project that I showed you, that I finished for this month of June. This is going to be a July finish for sure, unless by some miracle I finish it tonight. But I don't think so, because honestly my hand is getting tired, and so I'm going to stop after I have to do 6 rounds of just six plain rounds, and I figure I could crochet and chat and do that. So after I do that though, I think I'm gonna stop. I don't know if you all do this. You know how when you make these type of patterns and you join them together, you make the first leg, fasten off, make the second leg, and it's a lot of patterns like this, so I'm not giving away anything that is specific to this pattern, but I almost always forget when I fasten off for the first leg. I usually do like an invisible, or I just fasten it off and cut the yarn. I always forget to leave the tail so you can, because when you do this, you inevitably are gonna have a hole between the two. It's just not a clean join like that. You always have to go back in and secure that hole. And right now I thought I had really secured it. I'm so glad I didn't cut it, because I just saw another little loose stitch that I need to sort of tack down. So I'm just gonna grab out my yarn needle, and then these are the type that I use with this fat yarn, and especially with this Chenille Home Slim stuff, because this jive, it's all over my dress right now, because that's how it goes. And because I like the results that you get when you use this yarn, I just go ahead and I just know I'm gonna have fluffiness all over me. And so I just deal with it, you know. So I'm just gonna try and tighten up this one stitch that I see here, and I just tightened it up, so that worked out great. And then I'll still leave this in. I won't cut it because it's gonna be on the inside. I'm gonna go ahead and secure that on the inside there, and then just leave it. And now I'm gonna start my plain rounds. But I almost always forget to do that. Always. And then I have to use some other end to sew up that hole later on. But anyway, how y'all doing? What are you working on? This is like, officially summer. It is finally getting warm in LA. And it has been, seriously, it has been super cool and super cloudy all the way up until last week. And now summer seems to be here. So that's a cool thing. I am fortunate. This is vacation time. The doctor that I work with has historically taken off the first part of July for family vacations, and he did it for sure again this year. So I get to go to work and catch up while he's gone, and he's not creating new work for me. So I will be having a chance to catch up. I'm sure I'll end up being asked to help out with some other people who, might be out. They might ask me to cover, which, I always say yes. I, in general, don't want to, but, I do it for my colleagues. I think they should have a better plan, but, it is what it is. So I do it for my colleagues, and they do it for me. And so this coming Friday, what is it? Thursday is the 4th of July, so that's a national holiday. We don't have to work here in America. And so I had the forethought back in February to request Friday off as well. So this is going to be a nice short week for me. I'm going to work just 3 days, and I don't have clinic because the doctor is out. So yeah, it's going to be hopefully a nice catch-up week, and with not a lot of issues. But of course, we're there to support the patient, so they don't go away just because he goes on vacation. So there'll be plenty of work to do. He just won't be creating new work for the next few weeks. And then he comes back and I leave. So literally, I'm not going to see him until August. I will be gone toward the end of the month into the beginning of August. I'll be traveling. We were going to go to Oklahoma, but it's just so much going on. Steve is in the heat of, or the hard part of, or the not hard, because this is so in his wheelhouse. Getting a doctoral degree is so Steve Thompson. The research, he loves all that stuff. And so it's his wheelhouse, but it's time consuming, right? No matter how much you love it, it's still time consuming. And so he's at the point of getting ready to start the research. He just submitted the first part where he has to do his literature review, and that'll come back, and he'll do revisions. You always end up doing revisions, and then once that's all accepted, I think this is how it goes, he will then start the research. So with all that, he decided just do Chicago, and then come on back here. Some other things might be happening, I don't know, in the Thompson household, but we are just kind of in a holding pattern, and I'll update you if anything changes, or if we know for sure whether or not changes are coming or not, and then I'll tell you what's been going on. But anyway, I haven't just crocheted, I haven't counted, but you can always, these patterns are easy. You can go back and count your rows. But anyway, so I am excited because I really do plan to relax. I'm going to serve, of course, when I go home. I'm for sure going to be, cooking breakfast and cooking, and me and Steve are going to be in charge of, because we're going to all have a gathering, and me and Steve are going to be in charge of the barbecuing. So we're excited. Steve's a little nervous. He feels like the stakes are really high for him to be in charge. But I was like, we'll do it together. I'm doing it. I mean, I said, we're going to season the meat. Me and you will just be watching the fire, kind of thing. That's what I think anyway. That's my plan. But I think it's going to be fine. Barbecue is going to be good. My mother does make a really good barbecue. But at home, we have out from the back of the house out into the yard, I think it's about 5 steps to go out. And for her to be going up and down those stairs, not really a great idea. So what she'll do is she'll probably just be outside most of the day on the day of the gathering. So we'll probably barbecue everything before the gathering, and just have food available for people to eat. But once she goes outside, she'll stay outside until she comes in the house overall, or just to come in and use the bathroom. But when you're grilling out, as they say, when we just say we are barbecuing. So when you're barbecuing, right, you are up and down the stairs, in and out the house over and over again, So we're going to do that part. That's the part we are going to do. But other than that, guys, I plan to read. I don't know how much crochet I will take with me. I might just use all of my time to read. We plan to visit 1 or 2 bookstores that we've looked up while we're there. And I may go to my Chicago local yarn shop, which is Miss Pearl's on the south side. There's some really cool coffee shops and all the things that, we don't do in the winter time usually because it's too cold. But I was watching the footage from last Christmas, some of the videos and stuff, and we really did do a lot. And I was talking about that, because the weather was so nice, we did much more than we normally do. So see, now I have my, that's the back. They are completely joined. And see, here's how much I have left. I'm a little worried because I have to do, the head is done, so that's good. So really, I have to do the body, I have to do the arms, and I have to do the ears, and I have to do the tail. I don't want to have to buy another ball of this, so I'm really hoping that it's going to be enough. I think it is going to be. I think it's going to be more than enough. But I'm a little bit concerned that I was, but I think I'm gonna be fine now that I'm really looking at it, because I don't want to buy another one, guys. The reason why the elephant is going to be this color is because I need another purple project for my BTS project, and I figured this is close enough into the purple family. It's not true purple. The little monkey that I made, the second monkey that I made, that was true purple, true lavender. But this is good enough. I think this one called aubergine or something like that. But anyway, I don't know what I was saying. So yeah, I'm trying to use this up. I do not want to have to go and buy a whole bottle just to make the ears, because it's just so little that you need. And say if I ran out and all I needed to make was the tail would just be pink. I wouldn't have a problem with that. But I think I would be fine because it's not that much more yarn that you're really going to need for this project. So, yeah. So, I mean, I'm so tempted to just keep working on it until I'm done with it today. Because it's only, let's see. It's only 5:25, but I am going to stop because I do want to get some reading in. I read a little bit this morning. I finished up my last book of the for the month of June, and that was James Baldwin's Giovanni's Room, and it was a beautiful book, beautifully written. He tackled a subject matter in the 50s that we still have a hard time with today, but he tackled it in the 50s. The book is about a young man's struggle with his sexuality. He has an encounter with a man, or actually he's a boy, and so is the other kid in his early teens or whatever. But then he puts that behind him and he goes on to just, live a life of heterosexual lifestyle. But he meets Giovanni while he's in Paris, and that changes everything. He had, even when he was in Paris initially, he was, dating a girl, asked her to marry him and everything. And then he met Giovanni. And he was having to face his sexuality. And it was a struggle because, no one was that chill with the idea of homosexuality back in the 50s. In Paris, at least it wasn't a crime. Here, it was definitely a crime. And so in Paris, at least how James Baldwin wrote this story, and I believe James Baldwin himself was gay, I believe, or at least bisexual, and he also was an expat. I think he lived in Paris for a little while. But I think, what was surprising about this book, I had never read any James Baldwin. And just beautiful writing. But I was really surprised that the characters are not black. James Baldwin is African American. And as I was reading it, I guess when I read Giovanni's Room, I didn't really know what it was going to be about. And if you saw our library haul me and Steve did on his channel, we went to a library sale, and that's where I found the book. And I thought the book was short enough that I could finish it in June, so I grabbed it up. Plus, I had never read any James Baldwin. And Steve told me that it was going to have the LGBTQIA plus, it's a mouthful, representation in it. But I didn't know when I picked up the book. I was like, oh. But anyway, I enjoyed the book. Honestly, enjoyed the book. I like the way that that he writes, and so felt like he did a good job with that subject matter for that time when he wrote it. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, it would probably seem really lightweight today, but really, really good book. So I finished it this morning. I tried to finish it last night, but I was too sleepy. It was about 12 pages left to go, and I said, well, I'll do those pages in the morning, and that's what I did. So anyway, today we actually streamed church, and I need to stop and count. This is long. 20 minutes? Am I crazy? It's gonna be a standalone, guys. It's not gonna be the beginning of a new crafty week, because it's gonna have to be a standalone crochet and chat, or this is going to be a very long crafty week vlog. I don't know. We'll see. But Jordan was at summer camp this past week. Me and Steve were on our own We didn't do anything extra fun because, again, Steve's doctorate is his priority right now. So, but we had to go out and pick Jordan up from camp. In the past, before COVID, they would just get a big giant bus and we'd all meet up at one spot. If you've been around long enough, you would have seen him do that prior to the pandemic. When he was a preteen, he went to youth camp, and he only got to go to one before the pandemic hit, and then we didn't send him. They still had it like in 2021, but we did not send him. Maybe 2022. We just felt like it was still way too COVID-y for him to go, but they changed it. I said all that to say they changed it where you have to transport your child to and from the camps. Now this teen camp was held on the campus of a university, and it was like that last year too. It was held on the campus of Pepperdine last year, and this year it was held on the campus of Azusa Pacific. So it's just like Azusa is like an hour away. Pepperdine is like a 45 minute drive away. So it's fine for us to transport him, to go and pick him up. Our friends actually took him. We went and got him and brought him home. So anyway, this morning we got a phone call from him. So we knew that a couple of kids had to be picked up early because they did get COVID. The one that we know, he had a really mild case. And so, but Jordan was fine, no signs, no symptoms, nothing. And then this morning, we got a call from his, the guy who was his counselor, and he tested positive. So he was wanting to let everybody know who had been in contact with him. So we tested Jordan this morning, and so far, he is not, he's not positive. He's negative. He's not showing any symptoms, so he is free and clear. And but we still, out of an abundance of caution, because so many people were at that camp, whether it was our kids or the counselors, everybody were there, and were all the people who worked it actually were church people, so they likely would be coming to church today, and we just decided to just stream and let him stay home. And especially because, part of me is like, well, it might, if there are people who are just testing positive today, or they might test positive later on today, and they've come to church and everybody's singing and all that stuff, but also that this is early for Jordan. Like he's not even showing any symptoms, and I hope that he won't. My prayer is that he will stay healthy. He's actually a unicorn, guys. He's never gotten COVID. He's one of those people who has never gotten it. So we'll see if we're hoping he's gonna keep his unicorn status. But I know for me, even when I was showing symptoms, I did not test positive. I was already having the cold symptoms, but it took me 2 days in before you would see, maybe even 3 days in before you would see the symptom, a positive test for me. So I'm like, let's just keep him at home. So that's what we did. I washed clothes. I was, and I started working on this. Oh, and me and Steve recorded an episode of Thompson's Reading, which you will get to see. That'll be going up likely today as well, as long as we don't have any trouble uploading. And I will link his channel so that you guys can go over and see our latest episode. I'll be looking just like this. Anyway, I'm just going around and around. I should probably count and get off of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12... 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, I think I've already gone too far. I think I was only supposed to do 6 up to round 16. So let's make sure. Let's see what I got here. I think I was supposed to go to, oh no, I'm supposed to go to 18. So I got some time yet. Anyway, this is going on long enough. I think this is going to be a standalone because we are now at 24 minutes. So this is how it looks. I'm using I'm gonna start doing this so that I will know, but I'm definitely using a J hook. Anyway, I'm excited to get this done. I may make this a really long video, depending on, like, if I don't do anything else, I might just be coming back to show you this, but because after I get these plain rounds done, I am going to stop because I'm starting to feel it right up in here, right up and through here, so I'm going to stop. But anyway, I'll see you in the next clip. Bye.